I just spent 2.5 months out on trail hiking to some pretty cool places in California, Washington, and Oregon. A lot of you have been asking about the gear I used while I was out on trail this summer. Some of you who have watched my last few videos have been paying close attention and noticed that I made a few gear swaps while I was out there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you all of my favorite backpacking gear I used on trail this year, along with all of the gear swaps I made along the way. I'll talk about everything from the big three, including the tent I slept in, my sleep system, and the pack I used, to all of my other backpacking gear systems like my cooking system, packed clothes, water filtration system, repair tool toiletry kit, first aid kit, poop kit, the miscellaneous gear I brought with me, all of my electronics, and the clothes I hiked in. If you want more details about all of the gear mentioned in this video, click the link down in the video description below for my 2024 backpacking gear list, which also includes links to where you can find each of these items online. In case we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kathleen. I'm a day hiker, solo long distance backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the hungry hiker here on YouTube. I make new videos each week about hiking, backpacking, and tips on how to help you plan your next outdoor adventure. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, let's talk about backpacking gear. Starting with the big three, including my tent, sleep system, and pack. It's official, no more freestanding tents for me this summer. I am now a trekking pole tent user. The trekking pole tent I kept coming back to over and over again this summer was Gossamer Gear's The One. Thanks to its small footprint, I can literally set it up almost anywhere. There's a ton of headroom inside so I can sit up in the tent comfortably. I can fit my wide sleeping pad inside and still have my pack sitting at my feet while I'm sleeping. It weighs less than 22 ounces and it fits easily inside my pack. I also love the price point for this tent. As of the recording of this video, The One comes in at $255, making this an affordable piece of ultralight backpacking gear. Gossamer Gear even states on their website that due to The One's popularity, they're able to offer it at a lower price through increased production. Setup does require 2 trekking poles, but this wasn't a big deal for me since I always carry 2 trekking poles on every backpacking trip I go on. The One requires a minimum of 6 stakes for setup, but I use a total of 10 because I like to stake out the tent's bathtub floor and maximize the footprint space inside the tent. The only drawback to this tent is condensation. Since this is a single walled tent, you're likely to experience some condensation if you're set up in a wet, damp environment. I did enjoy plenty of dry, condensation-free nights and mornings in The One this summer on all of my backpacking trips, even up at the higher elevations. Unfortunately, every single walled trekking pole tent on the market is prone to condensation in wet and damp environments, not just The One, so this wasn't a deal breaker for me. I'm still using my beloved Enlightened Equipment Enigma custom 10-degree quilt, but I did make a couple changes to my sleep system this year. For my sleeping pad, I swapped out my Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm inflatable sleeping pad for the Nemo Tensor Extreme inflatable sleeping pad in the regular wide size. Why did I make the switch? I went from using a sleeping pad with a 6.9 R value to one with an 8.5 R value, making this a much warmer option for a cold sleeper like me. I went from using a mummy-shaped pad to a wide rectangle-shaped pad that gives me more surface area to sleep on. No more sore hips, arms falling asleep, or cold legs and knees. The Nemo Tensor Extreme did come with an additional 7 ounces to my base weight, along with a $20 price increase, but it's totally worth it to me for the comfort and warmth level of this sleeping pad. I traded in using a pump sack to inflate my sleeping pad to a Flex Tail Zero Pump that only weighs 2 ounces and inflates my sleeping pad in less than 2 minutes. If you use promo code HungryHiker15 on the FlexTail website, you'll get 15% off of your order during checkout. Make sure to check out my gear list below for more details. I use a sleeping bag liner with my quilt to help keep both my quilt and sleeping bag cleaner when I'm out on trail. This year, I went from using a silk sleeping bag liner to the Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor sleeping bag liner. I made the switch because the material of the Thermalite Reactor sleeping bag liner feels so much more comfortable. It's also breathable and lightweight. The material on the Thermalite Reactor is washing machine and dryer friendly. I was getting tired of ripping my expensive silk sleeping bag liners, and I like that I can add up to an additional 14 degrees of warmth to my already warm Enlightened Equipment quilt. For my camp pillow, I tried the Nemo Philo Elite pillow as a recommendation from one of my students in the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system, but I'm not 100% sold on it. First of all, it has a hefty price tag at $59.95. Comfort-wise, it was okay, but I still still think I prefer my Cocoon AirCore camp pillow because it's a little taller, a little smaller, and lighter, and costs $30 less than the Philo Elite pillow. Real quick, so you're getting some ideas on what type of backpacking gear to pack for your next trip, but what about actually planning the trip? I hear from people all the time how they think the trip planning process of any backpacking trip can be really overwhelming and confusing. Do you need help planning your next backpacking trip? Are you not sure where to go? Don't quite understand how to use your navigation system? Are you afraid of getting lost? Maybe even after watching this video, you're still not exactly sure what kind of gear you should bring. I've put together an online self-paced backpacking trip planning masterclass, which includes my easy to follow step-by-step guide on how to start planning your next trip. Inside this masterclass, you'll learn how to plan and prepare for your next trip with some cool resources I've created, like how to use AllTrails to find trails near you, how to use Gaia GPS both on your desktop and on your phone, how to use the Far Out app if you want to plan a trip on a long distance trail, a trip itinerary checklist, gear packing lists for backpacking and day hiking trips, a meal planning spreadsheet, and so much more. Click up here or down in the video description below for more details on how you can access the Hungry Hiker Trip Planning Masterclass to help you plan your next backpacking trip. Okay, back to the video. A lot of you who watched my most recent videos noticed that I was using a different pack than when I first started my solo Sobo PCT section hike earlier this year. After having some problems with how my Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60 was fitting on my body in the Sierra, while I was overloading my pack with heavy food carries and my BV 500 hard-sided bear canister, I decided to check out the REI Flash 55 once I got up to Washington this summer. Here's what I love about the Flash 55. It's super comfortable and carries the weight of all of my gear really well. Shout out to the REI staff person who measured my torso in the store and sized up my Flash 55 pack to fit me perfectly. The pack's material is made with DWR, durable water repellent, so instead of wetting out right away, water and moisture just beads up on the surface of the pack. I can pack the Flash similar to the Mariposa 60, but I use the Brain on top of the Flash for quick and easy access to items like my water filtration system, poop kit, and additional snacks. The Brain on the pack is removable. You can use it as a day hiking pack or leave it at home and save 7 ounces. The roll top lid makes it easy to adjust the pack's body size for any internal load. I don't need to wear a water bottle sleeve on my shoulder because I have 2 exterior forward position water bottle pockets, one on each side of the Flash. This is probably my most favorite feature on this pack. The hip belt pockets on the Flash are huge. And the price point. This pack was originally $199, but I scored it at 30% off during REI's Labor Day sale. Good news, you can still score this pack at REI for 30% off. Bad news, it looks like REI is discontinuing this version of the Flash 55. My guess is that they're going to come out with a newer, updated version of this pack. As of the recording of this video, REI still has the Flash 55 in stock for 30% off, but with limited sizes and colors. I give the REI Flash 55 9 out of 10 stars. I deducted 1 star for 2 reasons. The back exterior pocket mesh. This is where I like to stuff my day of food, rain gear, and micro spikes in. And I know REI upgraded this pack with more durable and breathable fabric, but I would have liked the back exterior pocket to be stretchier like the Mariposa 60. And the color. The yellow color made it easy for me to spot my pack, but it seems to attract a lot of bees. Of course, I would have preferred this pack in my favorite color, purple. The Flash 55 doesn't come with a removable back pad. I did have to buy an additional sit pad at REI so that I'd have something to sit on while I was out in the backcountry, since I don't use a camp chair. And for my fanny pack, where I store my camera, phone, sunglasses, chapstick, wallet, and a couple small snacks, I'm still using my Through Pack Summit Bum fanny pack, and I love it. Everything in my cooking system pretty much stayed the same this year. I'm still using my Jetboil Stash stove, Sea Summit long spoon, my Sea Summit Cool Grip X tumbler, which sadly I think they stopped making this year, a small REI towel, and depending on where I'm backpacking, I'll either use my Bear Vault hard-sided bear canister or an earth sack to store all of my food in. One thing I did swap out in my cooking system this year was my DIY backpacking food koozie to this Big Sky International insulated food pouch. There was nothing wrong with my backpacking food koozie. I just love how easily the Big Sky insulated food pouch packs down in my food bag and does a great job rehydrating my food out on trail quickly. The clothes I packed out on trail this year pretty much stayed the same. In my pack, I brought with me my Enlightened Equipment puffy jacket, my rain jacket, also by Enlightened Equipment, a Mountain Hardwear fleece, in purple of course, a tank top and shorts to sleep in, 2 extra pairs of Darn Tough socks, and a pair of the Enlightened Equipment Sidekick booties in case my feet got cold at night. Something I decided to swap out this year was my underwear. Earlier this year, I discovered the Bronwyn bras and hipster underwear, and I ended up loving these so much that I switched out all of my bras and underwear I wear out on trail and even in town to Bronwyn. I've been using this super comfortable bra to sleep in, which is the Essential Busty Bra. I love this bra so much that I got it in another color, and I wear it almost daily when I'm in town. I also packed 2 extra pairs of the Essential Hipsters. Bronwyn garments are made with merino wool, which means they help wick away sweat from my skin and dry fast. They also seem to stay funk-free. I don't know how Bronwyn does it, but I've gone multiple days wearing my Bronwyn undergarments in the backcountry, and they don't stink like other undergarments that I've worn before do. And probably my most favorite feature is that both the Bronwyn bra and hipster underwear also make a great backcountry bikini for swimming in alpine lakes. Everything in my water filtration system pretty much stayed the same this year. I'm still using my Sawyer Squeeze water filter, the Canuck Outdoors PCTA Vecto bag for dirty water, and to store clean water in, I've been using 2 1-liter smart water bottles, and I still have the same 2 bottles I started hiking with at the beginning of the summer. For my breakfast smoothies and electrolytes I consume when I'm out on trail, I've been using a 16-ounce Nalgene bottle with a mini protein ball shaker. It's compact enough to easily store in one of my exterior pockets on my pack, and the wide mouth makes it easy to pour my smoothie powder in and to clean it out once I get back into town. I didn't make any changes to my repair tool toiletry kit this year. Inside, I carry my DIY repair kit with zip ties, tenacious tape, mini bottles of crazy glue, paracord, and a pad patch kit, my headlamp, and my knife. For my toiletries, I packed with me inside my kit a travel toothbrush, toothpaste tablets, travel size sunscreen, a travel hairbrush with a mirror, body glide, and a travel cork massage ball to roll out my feet with at night while at camp. Overall, my backcountry first aid kit pretty much stayed the same this year. To see everything I carry in my backcountry first aid kit, make sure to click the link on the video above or on my 2024 backpacking gear list, which is linked down in the video description below. My 2 favorite items in my first aid kit are these travel folding scissors and this travel medication organizer. I did try carrying with me some Dr. Bronner's liquid soap in my kit this year inside 2 of these mini travel flip cap squeeze bottles, but one of them exploded inside my pack. So I swapped out the liquid soap for the Summit Suds powdered soap, which you can get on Garage Grown Gear. I'll include a link on my gear list down in the video description below. With powdered soap, I don't have to worry about it exploding in my pack. I also don't have to use a lot of it for it to be effective, which means I can get away with carrying a small bottle like this. To use, all you do is sprinkle a little bit of powdered soap into your hand, add a little bit of water, and voila, you're now washing your hands with soap in the backcountry. And for all of you who reamed me in one of my previous videos about only having hand sanitizer in my poop kit and not using soap while out on trail, this one's for you. My poop kit also pretty much stayed the same this year. I've got my menstrual cup, Coola cloth for peeing, a deuce trowel to dig a cat hole, porta wipes to use instead of toilet paper for when I go number 2, a roll of doggy bags to pack out my used porta wipes, a small bottle of powdered soap so I can effectively wash my hands, hand sanitizer, and this super cute zipper pouch to store my poop kit in. For miscellaneous gear, I've included my trekking poles, which pretty much stay in my hands the entire time while I'm hiking out on trail, my bug repellent system, which includes a bottle of the Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent lotion and a head bug net. I did bring the Flextail tiny repeller out on trail with me this year, but I feel like the Picaridin lotion and the bug net were much more effective with keeping the bugs away while I was hiking. It was nice to have the tiny repeller at camp on those trips where I was hiking lower mileage days and spending more time at camp. I also had a pair of micro spikes for the trips where I anticipated any sort of snow travel. And I was fully stocked with the Hungry Hiker stickers to give out on trail to anyone who said hi and recognized me from my YouTube channel. You can also purchase Hungry Hiker stickers on my website. I didn't make any changes to the electronics I brought out on trail with me this year. For my electronics, I had my Garmin InReach Mini 2, which I used every day to track, check the weather, and communicate with friends and family while I was out of cell and Wi-Fi service. A lightweight power bank to keep all of my electronics charged while I was out on trail. On my phone, I used navigation apps like Far Out whenever I was on the PCT, and Onyx Backcountry for whenever I was on all of the other trails I hiked this summer. Whichever navigation app you decide to use, make sure you download the map of the the area you'll be hiking in first before getting to the trailhead and losing cell and Wi-Fi service. Various charging cords, my GoPro with a small selfie stick and extra batteries, my iPhone, and to charge electronics whenever I got into town, I used this quick charge port with 4 USB ports and a GoPro dual battery charger. And finally, the clothes I hiked in this year. The big change I made this year was switching from hiking in a pair of running shorts to hiking in a dress. I wore my purple rain skirts adventure dress in purple for every single backpacking trip I went on this summer, and I love it. Here's why I love hiking in a dress. It's comfortable and doesn't feel restrictive or too tight. A dress provides more airflow, which can lead to less chafing. It's versatile. Not only can I wear it out on trail, but I can also wear it in town. And my most favorite reason is because I can pee without having to expose my backside. In addition to my hiking dress, I also wore a sun hoodie to protect my arms and head from the sun, the Bronwyn Essential Racer Back Bra, which is surprisingly comfortable and didn't stink while I was out on trail, even in between laundry days, a pair of the Bronwyn Essential Hipsters, a pair of Darn Tough socks, a pair of unicorn and rainbow gaiters, which I got a ton of compliments on. I wear gaiters with a pair of trail runners because they help keep the rocks and debris out of my shoes. And if you get a fun enough print, they can be quite the conversation starter with other hikers. A pair of trail runners. I still had a brand new pair of the Ultra Lone Peak 7s in purple from last year, so I wore those and they were great. And I'm happy to report that with my sock, gaiter, and shoe combination, I didn't get a single blister this summer. I made my own Keep On Truckin' trucker hat, so I rocked my hat all summer long out on trail. If you want to get a Keep On Truckin' hat of your own, I'm currently selling them on my website. I'll include a link on my backpacking gear list, which will be linked down in the video description below. And for extra sun protection, a pair of sunglasses and a buff to help protect my face from the sun and wind. If you want more details about all of my favorite backpacking gear mentioned in this video, click the link down in the video description below for my 2024 backpacking gear list, which also includes links to where you can find each of these items online. If you like this video and got some value out of it, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week and hit that bell icon to get notified each time new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trekking.